If you're fascinated by the twists and turns of global economics but you're tired of the same old trade war headlines, you're in for a treat. The world of international trade is shifting in ways that are both dramatic and unexpected, and nowhere is this more evident than in the rapidly changing relationship between China, Africa, and the United States. Over the past year, China has been quietly but decisively pivoting away from its traditional trade partner, the United States, and is now making bold moves to deepen its economic ties with Africa. This isn't just a minor adjustment, it's a seismic shift that could reshape the global trade landscape for years to come. Let's break down what's happening, why it matters, and what it could mean for the future of global commerce. Here's the headline. In just the first 8 months of 2025, China exported a staggering $141 billion worth of goods to Africa. That's not just a small uptick, it's a massive 26% jump compared to the same period last year. This surge is rewriting the rules of who trades with whom, and it's putting Africa squarely in the spotlight as China's new favorite trading partner. This growth isn't happening in a vacuum. African nations are eager for new infrastructure, technology, and consumer goods, and China is more than happy to supply them. From Lagos to Nairobi, Chinese products are flooding markets, and Chinese companies are investing in everything from roads and railways to smartphones and solar panels. Meanwhile, the story in the United States couldn't be more different. Chinese exports to the US have taken a nosedive with a jaw-dropping 33% drop in August alone. American ports that once bustled with Chinese goods are now seeing fewer containers, and the ripple effects are being felt across industries. For American businesses and consumers, this means higher prices, fewer choices, and growing uncertainty about the future of US-China trade. The decline isn't just a blip, it's part of a larger trend that's been building for years as political tensions and economic barriers continue to mount. So, what's driving this dramatic shift? It really comes down to two powerful forces: tariffs and opportunity. The United States has imposed a series of hefty new tariffs on Chinese goods, making it much more expensive for both China and African countries to do business with America. These tariffs are designed to protect American industries, but they've also made the US a less attractive market for Chinese exporters. At the same time, China has been rolling out the red carpet for African nations. In a bold move, China recently offered zero-tariff treatment to 53 African countries, slashing the cost of doing business and opening the door to a flood of new trade deals. This zero-tariff policy is a game-changer. It's not just about cheaper goods, it's about building long-term partnerships, fostering economic growth, and creating new opportunities for millions of people across the African continent. For many African countries, this is an offer they simply can't refuse. With China's support, they're gaining access to affordable technology, modern infrastructure, and new markets for their own exports. The range of Chinese exports to Africa is staggering. We're talking about everything from cutting-edge solar panels and electric vehicles to heavy construction equipment that's helping to build new roads, bridges, and power plants. These projects aren't just transforming skylines, they're changing lives by bringing electricity, transportation, and jobs to communities that need them most. Chinese technology is also making a huge impact in education and healthcare. In classrooms and clinics across Africa, you'll find Chinese-made laptops, smartphones, and medical devices helping to bridge the digital divide and improve quality of life. Walk down any major street from Kampala to Cape Town, and you'll see Chinese tech everywhere. Smartphones, tablets, and even electric scooters are becoming part of daily life. Mobile payment systems powered by Chinese technology are revolutionizing how people shop, pay bills, and do business, making financial services more accessible than ever before. But it's not all smooth sailing. As China's presence in Africa grows, so do concerns about debt, political influence, and local resistance. Some experts warn that the rapid influx of Chinese loans and investments could leave African countries vulnerable to debt traps, while others worry about the long-term impact on local industries and political independence. In some places, there's been pushback from local communities who fear that Chinese companies are taking jobs, undercutting local businesses, or failing to respect environmental and labor standards. Still, despite these challenges, the momentum is undeniable. Regional integration across Africa is on the rise, with new trade agreements and economic partnerships making it easier for goods, services, and people to move across borders. As the US market cools, China's bet on Africa is looking more and more like a long-term strategy for growth and influence. The big question now is, will Africa become the new frontier for Chinese exports, investment, and innovation? With so much at stake, the answer could shape the future of global trade for decades to come. What do you think about China's trade pivot to Africa? Is it a win-win for both sides, or are there hidden risks that could come back to haunt them? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe for more global news in 90 seconds. Stay tuned as we continue to track the world's most fascinating economic stories.